Welcome to our channel. Today we're returning our attention to Sudan, a country at the heart of one of the world's most urgent humanitarian crises. Since April 2023, Sudan has been gripped by a devastating internal conflict between the Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, and the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, which has upended lives, shattered infrastructure, and forced millions from their homes. +2. SAPRI, European Union Agency for Asylum +2 UNHCR. Reporting +2 half of the country's population, more than 25 million people now face acute food insecurity, and famine has been officially declared in multiple regions. Time +2 Islamic relief worldwide. +2 The healthcare system is collapsing, hospitals are closed, disease outbreaks are spreading, and children are suffering the most. Front page US 1. In this video, we'll explore how the war began, what life looks like now for everyday Sudanese, and what the world can and must do to help. Watch full video and subscribe the channel. Like the video. Our topic ID: Sudan situation. The hidden wealth. Beneath Sudan's soil in the heart of Africa lies Sudan, a nation carved by deserts, rivers, and a long history of struggle. Beneath its surface sleeps an immense fortune, veins of gold, reserves of iron, chromium, manganese, and the powerful potential of uranium and rare earth minerals. For decades, this wealth has remained a secret known mostly to geologists, traders, and those willing to fight for control. Sudan should be one of the richest countries in Africa, yet it ranks among the poorest. The contradiction is striking: immense natural resources alongside deep human suffering. What went wrong? Foreign companies, regional powers, and local elites have seen Sudan not as a homeland, but as an open vault. The promise of development has been replaced by extraction and exploitation. Each mineral deposit has become a magnet for greed, drawing outsiders who offer aid or investment while quietly claiming ownership of the ground beneath Sudanese feet. This is not just an economic story. It is a story of identity, sovereignty, and survival. Sudan's hidden wealth has shaped its history, and today, it shapes a new struggle for power that extends far beyond its borders. Uranium and rare earth elements. Fuel for the future. Beyond gold lies an even greater prize: uranium and rare earth elements, the materials that define the future of energy and technology. These minerals power nuclear plants, electric vehicles, wind turbines, and smartphones. Global demand for them has skyrocketed, turning resource-rich nations into strategic battlegrounds. Sudan's remote deserts, especially in the north and west, are believed to hold substantial uranium deposits and rare earth reserves. For countries chasing technological dominance, these elements are more valuable than oil. Yet mining them requires investment, stability, and regulation, all things Sudan lacks. This vacuum invites covert operations, secret deals, private contractors, and political manipulation. Nations such as China and Russia view Sudan's rare minerals as critical to their supply chains, while Western powers fear losing access. Thus, what seems like a distant geological fact becomes a trigger for global competition. The race for clean energy and digital innovation is not clean at all. It is written in dust, sweat, and radiation. If managed wisely, Sudan's uranium and rare earths could fund a new era of progress. Managed poorly, they could ignite another chapter of exploitation, one that reaches from the mines of Darfur to the boardrooms of global superpowers. The global powers: Russia, China, and the West. Every empire of the modern age runs on resources, and Sudan has become one of the latest arenas for that contest. Russia's interest grew through private military networks, most notably the Wagner Group, which traded security support for gold mining rights. Their presence deepened during Sudan's internal unrest, giving Moscow both wealth and geopolitical leverage. China's strategy is more calculated: long-term infrastructure projects and investment under the Belt and Road Initiative, building roads and ports that secure access to minerals. Beijing offers loans and development, but ensures repayment through resource control. Western nations, meanwhile, oscillate between condemnation and competition. They speak of democracy and reform, yet seek reliable access to energy and mineral supplies as global demand rises. Each side frames its involvement as partnership, but all are driven by self-interest. For Sudan, This global attention is both opportunity and threat. Competing powers create a delicate balance. One misstep could turn cooperation into colonization by contract. The modern scramble for Africa is not fought with armies, but with investments, influence, and debt. Sudan stands at the center of that new great game, where every handshake hides a bargain for what lies beneath its soil. The regional players. The Middle East connection beyond the global giants. Regional powers from the Middle East have woven their own web across Sudan's mineral landscape. The United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt view Sudan as both a neighbor and a source of strategic resources. Gold from Sudan often flows through Dubai's markets, where it enters the global financial system with little trace of origin. For Gulf investors, Sudan offers cheap labor and vast untapped land. In return, they provide political backing and cash to whichever faction secures the mines. This partnership blurs the line between trade and interference. At the same time, Egypt eyes Sudan's resources and water as vital to its own survival, watching carefully as instability threatens the Nile Basin. These regional players justify their involvement as economic cooperation, yet their influence often deepens local divides. Money, weapons, and mining contracts circulate faster than humanitarian aid. For Sudan's leadership, balancing these relationships is a dangerous act. Refusing one ally risks losing investment. Accepting another risks surrendering sovereignty. The Middle East connection shows how Sudan's minerals have turned it into a marketplace of power, a crossroads where gold politics and survival intertwine. The human cost, poverty, pollution, and exploitation. While billions of dollars worth of minerals leave Sudan each year, the people living on the land see almost nothing. In mining regions, children dig with bare hands, and families breathe toxic dust from mercury and cyanide used to extract gold. Rivers are poisoned, soil is stripped, and farmland becomes wasteland. Small-scale miners face accidents, collapsing tunnels, and exploitation by local militias demanding taxes for protection. The wealth of the earth has become a daily struggle for survival. Pollution kills livestock and contaminates drinking water, forcing entire villages to migrate. Meanwhile, corruption ensures that profits flow upward to commanders, traders, and foreign companies, leaving ordinary Sudanese trapped in poverty. The human cost of mineral extraction is invisible in export reports, but visible in every hungry child and every dry well. Environmental damage, displacement, and loss of livelihood feed into the cycle of anger that sustains conflict. If Sudan's minerals are a blessing, they are one that bleeds its people. The gold and uranium that power the world's luxury and technology come at a price paid by those who will never see their value. The forgotten guardians of Sudan's earth, conflict and control. How minerals fuel Sudan's wars. Sudan's mineral wealth does not merely attract foreign interest, it funds the wars that tear the nation apart. The Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces both control mining zones, using profits to buy weapons and secure loyalty. Each side claims to defend the nation, yet both depend on resources that prolong the conflict. In Darfur and Kordofan, battles are fought not just for land, but for the gold buried beneath it. Smuggling routes double as supply lines. When peace talks fail, mining continues, feeding the cycle of war. External actors add fuel, foreign weapons in exchange for mineral concessions. Training for access, diplomacy for gold shipments. The result is a self-sustaining conflict economy, where peace threatens profit. Communities caught between factions pay the heaviest price, their villages destroyed by a war they never chose. Control of minerals has become the true measure of power in Sudan. Whoever owns the mines controls the future. Until the resource curse is broken and wealth is shared transparently, the fighting will not end. The war over Sudan's minerals is not about ideology. It is about control of the earth itself. The future of Sudan's resources, hope or endless struggle. As Sudan stands at a crossroads, its future depends on how it chooses to manage the gifts beneath its soil. The potential for transformation is real. Fair governance, transparent mining laws, and equitable sharing of profits could rebuild the economy and unite the people. With responsible leadership and international accountability, Sudan could become a model for sustainable development in Africa. But the dangers remain clear. Continued instability invites exploitation, corruption, and environmental ruin. The question is not whether Sudan is rich enough to thrive, it is whether it can claim that wealth for itself, too. The world watches closely, each power ready to shape Sudan's destiny to its own advantage. Yet true change will not come from outside forces. It must come from within, from Sudanese citizens demanding justice, fairness, and peace. Beneath the scars of war lies a chance for rebirth, a nation defined not by conflict, but by resilience. Sudan's minerals can either forge a future of prosperity or fuel another generation of struggle. The choice, as always, rests in human hands, not in the gold or uranium beneath the sand, but in the will to use them wisely. As the sun sets over Sudan's endless horizon, its deserts glow gold, but the people walk in shadow. Beneath their feet lies enough wealth to change their future. Yet, above the ground, the same wealth has brought division, corruption, and bloodshed. Sudan's story is not only about minerals or money, it is about the eternal struggle between greed and hope, between exploitation and justice. The world's machines, weapons, and smartphones may run on Sudan's resources, but its people pay the true cost. Still, even in the midst of chaos, there is resilience. In every miner's calloused hands, in every family rebuilding after war, lies the strength of a nation that refuses to surrender. If peace can return and fairness can guide the use of these riches, Sudan could rise, not as a prize to be claimed, but as a partner shaping its own destiny. The choice remains. Will the world keep taking from Sudan, or will it finally invest in its people? The answer will decide whether these minerals continue to fuel conflict, or build a future where Sudan's hidden wealth becomes a light for all, not just for those who mine the dust. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the Sudan story.